Jive on home, boy. You wanna jive talk with me, bitch? Then you better jive on home, boy. Phil Anselmo!
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Jive Talkin with Shane Diablo. 1,000 apologies for last time around. You know, life happens when on your way to do other things. And you didn't realize that I could play the ukulele. That's a tribute to Phil Anselmo and stuff, because look at that face right there. This is Phil Anselmo, this is Rex Brown, and the biggest breaking news story this episode of Jive Talkin with Shane Diablo, episode number 32, and he's got the face that just says, walk on home, boy, doesn't it? Every time you see that guy's face, it looks like he's saying, walk on home, boy. And him too. Rex Brown's got a scowl. They must have taken those photos, and he says, scowl like I'm scowling, or it's not going to look right. But welcome back to this episode, and if you're seeing these guys here like I'm talking about, it is official. Pantera's surviving members to embark on a reunion tour in 2023. Now, I heard this and I was just shocked, because the Abbott brothers, of course, Vinnie Paul, he's passed on, Dimebag Darrell, he's passed on. So these two fellas, Rex Brown and Phil Anselmo, are going to get the band going again. I heard an article where they said Rex Brown said that there will never be Zakk Wylde. Everyone says Zakk Wylde should do it. Earlier on, Rex Brown said no. Well, I've got two stories here that we can go off of for some new information. So join me, won't you? According to Billboard, Pantera's surviving members will embark on a reunion tour in 2023. Singer Philip Anselmo and bassist Rex Brown have signed a deal with Artist Group International. That's like the big timers, right? To book their North American dates. Dennis Arfa and Peter Babalardo will be the responsible agents. We are thrilled to be working with such an iconic band and bringing their music back to the fans. Pantera is managed by Scott McGee. Is that Doc McGee's brother? First Degree Music Entertainment, the band's legal representative Nick Ferrara, I don't know why we care about any of this, and associates. Pantera is booked internationally by Rod McSween at ITB. Maybe why they're doing this is so they can get those dates locked in, set up, and that cash rolling in. This will be a big deal. If they pick the right dudes to do this with Phil and Rex, this will be kind of a big deal. I think it might be a good idea to get Zakk Wylde on the thing, but a year ago, Anselmo said that he was up for a reunion with Brown for a special tour celebrating the music of Pantera. The 50-year-old singer, who has spent the past few years playing a Pantera-centric set with his solo band, The Illegals, which we've got coming up, I believe, this coming week, a live performance and a reaction video from Philip H. Anselmo and the Illegals. During an interview with Brazil's Inside with Paulo Baron, asked if Rex would be open to playing some shows in celebration of Pantera's legacy. Anselmo said, I think Rex sees what I'm doing with the Illegals and he likes it. He's just like, that's great, because the more I keep Pantera alive, it's good for him too. I wonder if they split those credits 25%. I feel like Pantera was a band that did the publishing 25-25-25. I think Rex is very happy doing his solo record stuff. And I think he's been in the studio. He's got his own thing going on, he continued. And I think right now in life, we are content to do the things this way. If Rex and I had a show to play, or we were ever going to be on stage again together, I would welcome it with open arms. Like that Journey song, that beautiful Journey song. I believe it was off Escape. It's called Open Arms. I love Rex, and he'd be the same way. We're brothers forever. So playing on stage together or doing some shows together is not out of the question. It could happen. Well, guess what? It did. In April 2021, Rex told Eon Music that he and Philip still get offers for Pantera Tribute Tour. But if you don't have the other guys in the band, it's not going to sound the same, he said. If we were ever to do something like that, it would have to be spot on, or I wouldn't do it. It would be a tribute. I think that's kind of what they're going with, honestly, is just kind of a tribute to Pantera. They might even call it something like that, a tribute to Pantera featuring, Rex Brown and Phil Anselmo. When Eon Music interviewed Eamon O'Neill, Eamon, is that Shaq's brother, O'Neill, Shaq O'Neill, Shaquille O'Neal? Added that he wasn't about to ask the usual questions about a reunion with Zakk Wylde. Taking the place of late Pantera guitarist Dimebag Darrell Abbott, Rex offered, "It's going to come up, and it wouldn't be Zakk Wylde. I guarantee you that. I've just put it out there so we can get on past it." All right? So there you have that, and then you got this one. I think this article popped out just a few days before the Pantera thing, but it says, rumor, Pantera's 2023 lineup to include Charlie Benante. He is the drummer for Anthrax, and Zakk Wylde, or Wild. Anthrax drummer Charlie Benante and Ozzy Osbourne's guitarist Zakk Wylde are rumored to be the musicians who will join Pantera's surviving members on the reunion tour in 2023. Although it was announced by Billboard on Wednesday, July 13th, the singer Phil Anselmo and bassist Rex Brown have signed the Artist Group International to book their North American tour dates. There has been no official word about who will fill the rest of the Pantera touring lineup. Benante and Wylde have both voiced their appreciation of Pantera's music. I think they did some of those live Zoom jams on YouTube, right? I don't know if Phil Anselmo was any part of that, but I know that they did some Pantera songs. Back in June 2018, just one day after the death of Vinnie Paul Abbott, Benante told SiriusXM about the first time he met the band Pantera's drummer. The very first time, and dig it, bro, the very first time, it was the first time we ever met in Texas. Those guys, Pantera, were there. We played at this little club, and I believe Pantera was the opening band. A mutual friend of ours, who everybody knows now, Rita Haney, longtime girlfriend of Pantera guitarist Dimebag Darrell Abbott. She kind of was the conduit of grouping us together to become friendly. We've known those guys since 1985, and just the two of them, Darrell and Vinny, after you met those two, it was like you had friends in Texas, both of them. And they just made the experience so much better. You immediately bonded. So throughout the years, we just remained deep, close friends. Benante went on to draw parallels between Pantera and another legendary rock band, which featured siblings who achieved notability together. Who could that be? Who's he talking? Benante wanted to draw parallels between Pantera and another legendary band. I always equate Dime and Vinny. Oh, see, guys, that's why you always read the next paragraph. I always equate Dime and Vinny as like Alex and Eddie Van Halen. I always thought Pantera was like Van Halen reborn. They had a guitar player who was a hero. The drummer was fucking awesome. But the thing about Vinny that I think not a lot of people knew, maybe they do, but from the technical side of things, Vinny made those Pantera records sound like that. He was the guy behind it all, who was turning the knobs. So you have that, guys. What do you think? If Led Zeppelin was going out and if Jason Bonham playing drums, no one replacing his father, what would they be doing to celebrate his name? I just about blew a gasket over this. You see that meathead? I mean that muscly man. Tea break. That is Kane Roberts. Rock Dolls? Rock Dolls! Alice Cooper welcomes back guitarist Kane Roberts. Unbelievable. Last album he was on was, I think, Raise Your Fist and Yell. Alice Cooper will be rejoined by guitarist Kane Roberts for a legendary Rockers tour in the fall. Kane's return to Alice Cooper's touring band was first reported as a rumor in Metal Sludge website on Monday, July 11th. Metal Sludge is the one that has that ding-dong chart. So if you go over there to read the article on Kane Roberts, you can look up and see what his size is if he's on there. Alice announced his new renewed collaboration with Kane in a social media post earlier today. He wrote, "I am looking for..." Well, that kind of sounds like Dave Mustaine. They kind of sound the same. "I'm looking to welcome back Kane Roberts for our shows in September and October. We've been friends all this time. Yes, we have. And he's always been one of my favorite guitarists. He's bringing more muscle to the Detroit Muscle Tour. We've always had a swinging door policy where players can come and go, so it's very exciting." And he does. Alice Cooper, he's helped out a ton of musicians over the years, and it's kind of come and go. If you got things to do, go do them. It's very exciting to get back on stage with Kane. The fans are in for a real treat at these shows. It's going to be a blast. Kane Roberts, Ryan Roxy, and Tommy Henriksen on guitars. Hell yeah. I love that album. I think he was gone by the time Alice Cooper did Poison, right? But was that called Trash, that album Trash? I think he was gone by then, but the albums before that had Hey Stupid and Raise Your Fist and Yale. Man, that was a great record, and Kane Roberts was on it. And then, of course, Kane Roberts did solo stuff. He did Twisted for Your Love, and he said, and Rock Dolls, where he picks the lady up out of the audience with his muscles and by her bustier and stuff. So there's Kane freaking Roberts. I'd like to see if Kane said anything. Does Kane say Kane? Oh, what does Nita Strauss say here? Earlier this week, Nita Strauss announced her departure from Cooper's band after an 8-year stint. The guitarist also canceled all of her solo festival appearances for the rest of the year. What's going on with Nita? We need to get to the bottom of that, too. Not only is she beautiful, but she jams good. Kane has recorded a total of 5 solo albums. Oh. Among them, the Phoenix Down project released in the late 90s, including his latest, The New Normal, which arrived in January 2019, Frontiers Music. The New Normal contained the song Beginning of the End, featuring guest appearance by one Alice H. Cooper. And I think we did that on the channel. Beginning of the End, I'm pretty sure we did a reaction video to that. Kane's name and abilities first came to prominence on Cooper's Constrictor album. There you go. Which was soon followed by his self-titled debut solo album in 1987. More albums and tours with Alice followed, making Kane a well-known face in the business, especially for his guitar skills, but also his big, beautiful body and his muscles that are so strong and very firm. You can bounce a quarter on my abs, on my ass, on everything. It's hard as rock. And his iconic machine gun guitar. So let me finish, but also his bodybuilder image and his iconic machine gun guitar. And he had this big, that's the time of Rambo. He was going for a Rambo look. He wore the headband. He had the kind of shaggy hair like Rambo had, and he had a machine gun guitar. They drew first blood, not me. They drew. What did that guy say in that movie? It was so great. Well, if you're going to go in and get him, you better get a lot of body bags, because you're going to need... Someone get down there in the comments and tell me that little piece that the general says when he shows up there on First Blood. Because that's such a great line. Johnny, in there. Remember Da Nang. Whatever he's saying, but when he tells him, if you guys are going to go in after him, you're going to need a lot of body bags. Anywho. So that's that. Now, guys, we've got some business to get into here with Ghost. And this ex-member of Ghost here. And then I've got a little splash of what this guy's doing now. He's in a band called Priest. But ex-Ghost member Linton Rubino, he's been out doing some talkings about stuff. And he said that maybe they'll get into it here, but said he had to go through 6 months of therapy after Tobias Forge and Ghost let him go or whatever. I wanted to get into it and learn what's exactly going on. Linton Rubino says nobody was a hired gun while he was in the band. In a new interview with Rockin' with Jam Man, Priest vocalist, not Judas Priest, but the band Priest vocalist, Linton Rubino, who was played bass in Ghost as one of the Nameless Ghouls under the stage name Water, was asked if it was hard for me to be in a band like Ghost, knowing that he was just a cog in the machine and that he could be replaced at any time. He responded, transcribed by Blabbenbout. Actually, that was the case when I was in the band, because there wasn't a culture of being changeable when I was in the band. It was very clear that it was a band and nobody was a hired gun, so nobody felt that we were going to be replaced all the time. Because the bass player before me, he quit by himself because of personal reasons. And then I got the chance to join the band, and not as a hired gun. I really thought I was a member of Ghost. I really, really did. When I was in Ghost, after that, and after all that stuff that happened, then the perception, I think, was changed. And now everybody believes that there's one boss and everybody was hired. But at the time, that was the feeling or the culture that was in the band. But that wasn't the feeling of the culture. It was more like we were one band, man. We were a one-band man, not Tobias Forge's band, it's one-man band. It's not a one-man band, it's a band altogether. Maybe one person had more to say about the creative stuff and the business part of it, but we're still one band. I said one band, didn't I say one band? So, I didn't have that feeling that I was just a hired gun. Now, I can understand if you're a ghoul today, you must have another view of it, but not back then, actually. Linton also talked about his recent comments that he had to undergo 6 months of therapy after getting fired from Ghost. Asked how he's doing today, he said, "I'm doing just fine, thank you." And when I said that, it really sounded like I was in some kind of institution. I wasn't. It was only half an hour once a week, and it was only about Ghost being fired. It was the whole life situation. Or it wasn't about that, right? It was about my whole bloody life situations. It was a big change just to not have a job anymore and to be at home and not knowing what to do. And I think everyone going through something like that, it's good to talk to someone. I'd agree with that. If you got stresses on your mind, if you got problems, you've got issues, and you feel like you're bottled up and you can't talk to anyone, it's good to go talk to somebody that, that's going to listen to your problems without interjecting their own. See, that's a problem with talking to family and friends. Is you go, man, I'm going to open up here and let something out to you. And they go, yeah, anyway, so I'm cooking some shit in the chicken in the backyard. It's going to be so good. I'm using these different sauces. So sometimes if you go to someone to talk to them, I would love to, by the way. I'd love to just sit down and do an hour a day. But it's probably a good idea to talk things out if you're getting too stressed up over, garbage humans in your life, right? Family and friends included, because believe it or not, you can have garbage family and you can have garbage friends, and you need to get rid of those people if they're dramas and downers in your life, right? What does he keep going on about? Sorry, I went off script here. It's 1 or 2 months. I went back on track pretty fast. It was no big deal, really. I'm doing just fine. Remember, this was 7 years ago. So, it's a long time ago. I don't think about it too much, to be honest, except for when I'm doing these interviews like I'm doing with you now. Asked if the media took his comments about needing therapy a little too far, Linton said, "Whatever works. All PR is good PR, as the saying goes. And if you can sell some more copies of Priest, my new album, Body Machine, because of that, that's a good thing in the long run." But I wasn't institutionalized or anything. I had a therapist. I went once a week for a half an hour. It was very simple procedure. I was locked in, never. I wasn't locked in, never. It was only conversation, no medicines or anything like that, fingers in the ass or, hypnotism or something like that, waking up, pants unbuttoned. It was only conversation, half an hour once a week. Earlier this month, Linton told Dr. Music that he wasn't involved in the 2017 lawsuit filed against Ghost leader Tobias Forge. So this guy gets kicked out of the band, and he's not even part of the folks that sued Tobias Forge because they were removed from the band. Wow. He seems like he gets lots of friends, right? Tobias Forge seems like he's probably got a lot of close confidants and friends. I'm being snarky there. By 4 former members of the band after being dismissed by the group's founder the previous December. I was fired in 2015 from Ghost, so I wasn't a part of that process. But I have a family member and a close friend that was in that process, in the trial, he said, apparently referring to his father, Mario Rubino. Oh my goodness. Who was the keyboardist heir in Ghost from 2011 to 2016, and Simon Soderbergh, who played guitar for Ghost from 2010 until 2016. So yeah, I was involved emotionally. Thank God for therapy, because I was involved deeply emotionally, you can say. But otherwise, from that, I wasn't a part of the process. Asked if it was difficult to deal with the fact that nobody knew his identity while he was in Ghost, which would be tough on anyone. And he had to virtually start from scratch again once he was out of the band, Linton said. I actually went through therapy for 6 months after that because I felt I'm a nobody. Well, the first thing I will tell anyone that's listening to this podcast is you are somebody. Look in the mirror. Look at how far you've come. Look at where you're still headed. You know, you don't have to be part of something to say, look at me, I'm somebody. No, the best way to get well with yourself or be good with yourself is be comfortable with your flaws. Be comfortable with your wins and your losses when it comes to your personal self, your personal soul. Be able to look in the mirror and say, yeah, I got a scar here and a mole here and a this, that, and the other thing. But you know what? I am worth it. I am floating on a freaking ball in the middle of the universe, and there might be another universe out there that collides with ours and stuff, and here I am looking at myself in the mirror. So I think you're worth something. Sorry, let's get back to this. I think we're done with all this. You want to see Priest Guy? This is him doing a signal in the noise is this song. This is Linton Rubino. My God, look at that. He's going for a look. I mean, this is a look. It's more kind of what would you call this kind of music? Kind of techno, industrial, maybe industrial metal. I don't know if does it get heavy? I'd love to, yeah. Okay, yeah, I was hoping that there might be he's a creepy looking fella. He's got that light in there. And who's this? His little brother? Is this Mario, his dad, and this guy over here is his little brother? They're like, to hell with that Ghost guy. Another thing that I heard him say was that he didn't care for the new album Pantera, and he turned it off halfway. He was like, this is crap-a-roni. I don't agree with him on that topic, but let's get into this. I thought this was great. Miss Althea, Dan, and those guys, they like to Shinedown. Well, guess what? I've got some good news for you if you're paying attention here. Shinedown's Planet Zero tops all 4 Billboard rock album charts. Put that in your hat and smoke it. Let's have a drink here. Let's have some. I'm having some tea. Oh God, that is delicious. That is raspberry tea. And I don't like, I should probably put them in some kind of container, because if they're not going to buy me a house or something, I don't want them to see I mean, I'll happily live in the Pure Leaf house if they want to send me a couple $1 million. And I'll even put a big neon sign that says Pure Leaf House on it. Anyways, so I wanted to get into this. Miss Althea, Dan, they're going to love this. They're just happy. They're part of this. They bought these records. They're listening to these records. They're streaming the records. They're doing the stuff. They're going to the concerts where Brett Smith burned his meat and 2 veg. You know, they had them fire pots on the stage, and Brent Smith almost burned his biscuits. Shinedown's Planet Zero has topped all 4 Billboard rock album charts in the first week of release. Top hard rock album, top rock and alternative album, top rock albums, and top alternative albums. Holy banana cakes. And these are not the same numbers you would have saw in the 90s, 80s, and 90s. The set sold 50,000 copies, equivalent album units, according to Luminate. Of that sum, 43,000 are via album sales. What they're doing now, what I'm hearing is they're not only album sales but streams. How many times an entire album is streamed, they count that as a purchase. So at least that's the way I'm hearing it. So Metallica sold 87.5 trillion records by now. But they've sold 43,000 copies of the record in physical form that someone can hold. On all genre Billboard, Planet Zero came in at number 5, marking Shinedown's 5th top 5 title. It also landed on the number 1 on all genre top album sales chart. And I think we got Cut the Cord coming up this week as a reaction too. Or did that already go out? Yes, it did last week. Because I remember Dan piping in and Miss Althea piping in the comments there. Billboard Top Album Chart ranks the top selling albums of the week based only on traditional album sales. That would be physical copies. The chart's history dates back to May 25th, 1991, the first week Billboard began tabulating charts with electronically monitored piece count information from SoundScan. That's the little barcode. Beep! Now, Luminate pure album sales were the sole measurement utilized by the Billboard 200 album charts through the listed date, December 6, 2014. After which the chart switched to a methodology that blends album sales with track equivalent album units and streaming equivalent album units. Did I just not? I just said that to you guys, right? Everyone that says God, he doesn't know a damn thing of which he speaks. Sometimes I surprise, don't I? Sometimes I surprise. Planet Zero was released on July 1st. That's a good time to do it. The LP is an incisive yet optimistic look at the fractures and frays of society that has undergone many challenges in the last few years. Seeing Shinedown take on those forces that are keeping us divided at a time when we need to be coming together. Come together right now, wank, over Shinedown. The highest concept, viscerally charged album produced by Shinedown's Eric Bass. Is that bass or bass? Eric Bass takes a hard look at the divisiveness among those of differing ideologies. Cancel culture ran rampant. The toxicity of social media, boy, I'll say. The need for honesty in our public discourse. 100% agree. The corrosive effects of these things on mental health and humanity. A dystopian saga that warns of dangerous, dehumanizing consequences. Planet Zero is a reminder that if we shut each other down, we risk losing empathy. Respect for one another, which I 100% agree with. This Brent Smith's a smart cookie. And our ability to communicate and unify in ways that lead to actual progress and understanding. I think the pandemic had a lot to do with that, where people were in their own bubbles, and so they just got online and told everyone to fuck off. If you're not thinking exactly what I think when I think it and how I'm thinking it, then you're a sheep. You're a sheeple, man, or whatever it is. And I think that you never see those kinds of things happen before your eyes. There's this weirdness that happens online. I get it all the time in the comments. Someone going, you fat fucking piece of shit. You don't fucking know nothing about anything. You know, it happens from time to time. I would say I've got a hell of a lot of great, fantastic people that get in those comments. Music fans that get in those comments. But, there's something to that where you wouldn't say none of this to someone to their face, regardless of political persuasion or religion or anything else. But you feel like you need to do that online. And I think the pandemic had a lot to do with that because people are just scrolling around and looking for things to be pissed at. So I agree with Brent here. The Planet Zero World Tour, produced by Live Nation, begins in Bonner Springs, Kansas on September 3rd. Okay, Miss Althea and Den went and saw them already. So they're going to pipe off again September 3rd with special guests, Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll, and John Harvey, kicking off a U.S. run of fall shows that will see the record-breaking, chart-topping band bring their new music, number one hits, fan favorites, and biggest stage show yet to cities from coast to coast. The routing also includes festival performances at Louder Than Life on September 23rd, Louisville, Kentucky's Aftershock on October 9th, and in Sacramento, California. Shinedown recently embarked on a European run of festival performances, select shows with Iron Maiden. There you go, guys. And we'll follow it up by, that's kind of a bizarre set, isn't it? Shinedown opening for Iron Maiden, I welcome it. I saw Iron Maiden in Coheed and Cambria, and Iron Maiden and Ghost, and Iron Maiden and it was on the Fear of the Dark tour. It was pretty slim and sad in that arena, but it was, I want to say that it was Iron Maiden, Suicidal Tendencies, and Corrosion of Conformity, but I could be completely wrong about that. There was 3 bands on the bill, and I want to say that's who it was, but... and it will follow Canadian dates with special guests Pop Evil and Aaron Jones in July and August. So there you have that, my fine friends, my fine and fancy friends. Should we get in your comments? Let's see what you did there. We got Oscar coming up here first. You do great impressions. I think you're less cool. Claypool sounds like an Irish Popeye. Pretty right on. If you watched my Nothing Brett a Good Time video when I'm making a goof on Ricky Rocket looking like a leprechaun, I think I piped into my Les Claypool there. There's your heart, Oscar. Oscar here again. Primus is the Weird Al Yankovic and Steel Panther of alternative music. It's fun for a few songs. I 100% agree with that. That's almost the perfect, that's the perfect description of Primus. What are they? They're like Weird Al Yankovic meets Steel Panther, but they're extremely talented jazz nerds. That's the only thing I would add. Weird Al Yankovic, Steel Panther, and high school jazz nerds. And that's what I would say. Oscar, boom, there you go. Oscar again here. He had the fingers banging for this. About 5 years ago, I saw Primus open for Mastodon. Oh, really? At an outdoor venue, Mary Moore Park in hip Seattle. That's where they did that movie that had all them grungers. That's where all them grungers come from, is Seattle. You ever hear that, what's his name? Eddie Varder? Eddie Varder and the Pearl Jams? Oh my goodness, they're from Seattle. I thought there would be more people there too. I got scolded and warned, oh boy, by an old hag security guard. She got seaweed on her. Get back in the water! I got warned by an old hag security guard for vaping some weed. Oh shit, bro! You taking down some weed snacks? Sweet. While waiting in line for a $15 can of beer. Jesus H. Christo. Yeah. The beers, here's what I'll say to you. I'm not a stranger to marijuanas. All you need really is if you have that little vaping weed stick of yours, $15 can of beer, while expensive, gives you it's a nice Chef Ramsay would say it's a nice pairing, a can of beer and a couple toots, a couple puffs will really get you feeling good about listening to anything, even Primus. You could just sit there and listen to them. There's your heart there, Oscar. Okay, now we're getting into Miss Althea here. Yes, indeedy. The dumbstruck fool says the entire PMRC thing was one giant ball of questionable content. To this day, I do not understand why the panel never said anything about the Humpty Dance, Digital Underground, yet they put the Mary Jane's Girls in my house in the Filthy 15. Huh? That was a whole lot of jive talking, Miss Althea, that I don't understand, so I'm going to need you to redo that. I do remember Humpty Dance. Ow, ow, do me, baby. I do the Humpty Dance. I do the But also, was that the same band, Digital Underground, that they had the Oh Me So Horny? Is that them? Because I know they were put on trial for that. They were saying that's just, oh me so horny. Oh, me so horny, me love you long time. That was put on trial with the PMRC stuff too, right? Wasn't that album banned in like Florida or something? Ridiculous. This is still Miss Althea. In my opinion, Dee Snider and Frank Zappa gave the most intelligent and articulate testimony in the hearing and really put most members of the panel to shame. I 100% agree. I thought Dee Snider, he came in and pulled that paper out of his back pocket. And he was very eloquent, and he laid it down. And you could see it in their faces. They were like, "Dang." And to be honest with you, the PMRC sticker did everything. That was what I looked for. When I went into a record store, I wanted to see that because I knew it was going to be good. Are we really fast approaching the day where a concert will become nothing but a spotlight on a boom box with a PowerPoint slideshow of the bands rolling in the background? The backing track debate is so tiresome now. Yeah. I'm going to try and get away from that but it just flies at you, oh, another band caught, free, with the tapes and everything else. And it's a hard line. People are saying, I don't give a shit. I want to see them up there doing their thing, and I don't care if they're lip syncing or not. And then there's that other people that say, no, live is live is live. When those commercials, when you'd hear the guy go, get ready. Slayer is coming to, Bulldog Raceway, August 27th. You better get your metal hat on because Slayer is about to lay it down for you. Whatever band they were saying, Kicks, come rock with them live at the... you want to see it live. And half the fun is to see them doing it, the goofs and the mess ups. I mean, shit, Kirk Hammett went viral there because he goofed up the little beginning bit on Nothing Else Matters, and then he fell on the ground and rolled around, and everyone kind of giggled and stuff. And he's like, "Oh God!" And we all had a gay old time with it. And but that's what you want. You want the liveness of it. But it is tiresome. It is old. I agree with that, Miss Althea. You are very right on. This is also her. What is also becoming tiresome is Gene and or Paul's playlist of tunes about Ace and Peter. Yeah. They're in, they're out, they will, they won't, we will, we won't, blah, blah, blah. There was a farewell tour. I saw that in 2000, 2001 that I patronized more than once with a very bittersweet heart. So all of this foolishness going on now is to the point of being hypocritical. Don't Gene and Paul have a restaurant chain to run? Thank you. Finally. Miss Althea getting to the bottom of it. They've been neglecting Beers and Brews for a long time now. You got to get back there and work on the pizza pies and stuff. I did go to that. I mentioned it in a video a long time ago, but I couldn't remember the years. I'm very bad with years. And I said late 90s or something like that. I said, I saw the farewell tour with Kiss, Ace Frehley and Peter Criss. He's false metal. He's false metal because it's the wrong year. He said well, that's what I meant is the farewell tour that Miss Althea is talking about here, 2000, 2001. I was there. I saw it, the whole carpal tunnel risks, and Peter's out there with us. And then all of a sudden they says, yeah, okay, he's not playing drums because he's got problems with his arms. But he's there. He sings Beth and stuff. Let's see. This is still Miss Althea here. How did your rigatoni dinner turn out? It sounds delicious. Garlic bread with pasta is a must. It turned out great. You get the big box that has the rigatoni noodles in it, and when I look at the box and I shake the box, I go, that's not enough noodles in there. When you cook the noodles and you put it in the thing, you go, my God, that's a lot of noodles. So much, in fact, that, there's leftover stuff that around here, if it's a day old, I mean, I'll eat it for the rest of the week. I got no problems with that. If it's 8 hours, if it's 6 hours old, throw it in the garbage. I won't eat that. Throw it. But it's a steak. Throw it in the garbage. No, I don't want that. It's been sitting too long. But it turned out wonderfully. If I did some kind of a food channel, I would show how to cook that. But since I don't, I'll just tell you, it's rigatoni noodles. You can go get them there. You get yourself your favorite pasta sauce. You get some ricotta cheese. And what else did I put? Some mozzarella. You put that all in there after you get the noodles cooked and the meat and the sauce and everything. You mix it all in. Get it all in there nice and good. And then, of course, I bought pre-Parmesan garlic bread. You put that in the oven 10, 15 minutes. Cooks it to a nice crisp. You cut those into slices. You just have a wonderful dinner with your family, friends, lovers, whoever you want. So there you go, Miss Althea. One more from her. Yes, Mr. Anderson was indeed the precursor to Hank Hill. Yeah, the dude that was in Beavis and Butthead that they would terrorize all the time would be the kernel of inspiration that Judge would need to turn him into Hank Hill and then, make another $1 billion on Fox. There you go. My goodness, you're getting a thumb too. I'm sorry, Miss Althea, but that's some good stuff. Mike Buchanan here. Psst, it's me again. I escaped my holding cell. Oh, Jesus. Get him in. Double lock the doors. I really dig earthworms, but I haven't met one yet that doesn't have a dirty mouth. Oh, my heavens. Oh, look, a giant hook is coming my way. Gotta run. Ding dong. He's getting a heart for that. He's going to do his whole comedy routine on here. Let's see. Mike Buchanan again. Since you didn't read all of my comment from the last video, I'm taking back my comment about the last video opening song being the best. And I'm posting what you didn't read again here, and it will make 0 sense. I'm thinking Kiss will continue to tour in wheelchairs without living on a prey. We would be like Bon Jovi, who? Yeah, without living on a prayer, we'd be, yeah. I'd know him from, ooh, she's a little runaway. I have been to Baldwin Street Grill several times. Don't remember this, though, but it's been many years now. Baldwin Street Grill, is that where, oh, Jesus. Yeah, this doesn't make sense to me. Dude, I can be the Beavis to your butthead. I think you already are. Nowhere near as good as Nyango Star. Okay, Nyango Star was that drummer guy. So you're right. I'm not understanding any of this. But I know that's the drummer guy that was in the costume. Now on to this video. I have seen all of Dee's testimony here on YouTube. Well worth the watch if you have the time. Done talking and playing, they hurts my feelings about all of this. They don't sing or play, blah, blah, blah. Just go make music already. I sit here eagerly anticipating a new Queensryche and Megadeth album. I can't get the money out of my pockets fast enough. Me either. Not so much the Queensryche. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. It's been mixed reviews. The reaction video I did's been mixed, but the Megadeth, man, that's if they're holding tight, that's going to be a banger. I like a few Primus songs. I have seen them live, though. I mean, who wouldn't? And all I can say is, wow. And this is Mike Buchanan here, and now your Jive Talkin joke of the week. Why did the art collector buy an old septic tank? Because it's filled with mass turd pieces. Ha ha. I like potty humor. Okay, don't have a twist my arm, I'll do another. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, water, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. Yep, another slow burn that will sneak up on you when you're least expecting it. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, water, P, Q, W, A, T, E, R. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have to break that one down like CSI style. You're getting a heart for that. He's laying the jokes down. I got to give him the thumbs. Bedlam Crown coming in here. We know this fella. This is Jared, but he goes by Bedlam Crown. I don't know if he wanted me to say that, but we love to see you do reaction videos to any songs to the album called the, I can't even say that word, Disaster Rating 7 by Primus. Okay, I don't know about that. Jared, I'm sorry. Bing, there's a heart for you, though. You probably didn't know this about me, but Primus is my all-time favorite band and has been for 34 years. Wow! That's commitment. I've seen them countless times, and I go to see them, and I got to see them just last Saturday in Las Vegas doing this Farewell to Kings tour, and it was epic. I feel like that's kind of a homework assignment, though, because then you've got to go, all right, I know Primus, but now I got to know this whole record from freaking Rush in order to go and enjoy this. Or maybe not, I don't know. I also love your Les Claypool accent. It sounds a bit more like Pirate Leprechaun to me than Les Claypool. Well, what are you talking about? Say, baby, do you want to down with me? You see? What song was that that I heard the other day? Hey, down the cannonballs, tell me some wine. What do you want to do? Shake hands with beef. I heard that. I think they re-released that video or something just the other day. To me, Les Claypool, but whatever, you made your points. I miss you, bro. I miss you much. Boom. Miss you much. I really miss you much. Okay, well, that's it for that, guys. I hope you had a good old time. I hope you had a good time with me. About a little, you guys like the Nirvana? That's it. Then I'll come, bring a jive and talking, and we're gonna go. Is that I'll do? I made a podcast, it's never been, it always will. Until the end, hello, hello, hello. We're the jiving and talking, and we're doing, and we're fucking. Jive talking with me. Beautiful.